All right, today we're going to take a closer look at the dietary supplement Finessa. And we're going to do this by sticking only to the information from its official website, breaking down everything from their big promises to the science and ingredients they say are behind it all. So, right out of the gate, they hit you with this pretty powerful statement. It's aimed squarely at some really common digestive complaints. This really sets the stage, you know? It tells you exactly who they're trying to help. Okay, so what's the actual promise here? Let's dive into the core benefits they say you're going to get.
So, according to their homepage, it's kind of like a step-by-step process. It all starts with supporting your liver and colon health. From there, that promotes better gut balance, which leads to smoother digestion and helps you stay regular. And the end results? They promise a lighter, flatter, more comfortable belly.
But it doesn't stop with just digestion. This is where it gets really interesting. The website actually expands those benefits to your entire metabolic system, claiming it also supports healthy cholesterol, balanced blood sugar, and even a revved up metabolism. All right, so that's a lot of promises, right? How do they claim it all works? Well, their whole scientific pitch really boils down to this one key idea: the gut-liver axis. And you know what? The website asks this exact question itself. They really frame the gut-liver axis as the secret sauce behind how the product is supposed to work. And here's their explanation. They call it a two-way highway system. It's a pretty simple way to think about it, right? It's all about that constant back and forth communication between your gut and your liver, which they say is just crucial for everything from digestion to detox. And this is how that highway is supposed to work. First, you've got your gut microbes breaking down food, and they send these little signals over to the liver. Then the liver jumps in, processes all those nutrients, and produces bile to help with digestion. The core idea behind Finessa is that it's designed to make this whole exchange run a lot smoother.
Okay, so that's the theory. Now, let's get to the good stuff. What's actually in the formula? Let's take a look at the ingredients.
So the first ingredient they list is something you've probably seen a million times, maybe even in your own yard: Terexicum. You probably know it better as dandelion.
So why dandelion? Well, the website points to this key thing inside it called inulin, which is a prebiotic fiber. The idea here is that this fiber is basically food for your good gut bacteria, which helps everything stay in balance. They also say it gives your stomach contractions a little boost, to keep things moving along smoothly.
All right, next up on the ingredient list is silymarin. This is something they get from the milk thistle plant. So the big job for this ingredient, according to the site, is to help the liver produce bile. And why is that a big deal? Well, they connect healthy bile flow to breaking down fats better, which they say can help with bloating and keep your whole digestive system humming along. Plus, they mention it's packed with antioxidants. Okay, ingredient number 3 is Cascara sagrada. Now, this is a tree bark that, as the source points out, has apparently been used for centuries. So they present this one as a gentle nudge for your intestines. The claim is that it helps support your body's natural digestive rhythm, which encourages regular bowel movements and helps, clear everything out. And last but not least, we've got an ingredient that I'm sure a lot of you have heard of: probiotics. The so-called good bacteria. So the website says probiotics are in there to help balance out your gut microbiome. But then they get really specific. They mention 14 clinical trials and claim that probiotics can increase bowel movements by about 1.3 per week and even speed up gut transit time by over 12 hours. All right, so we've looked at what it claims to do, the science they say is behind it, and what's actually in it. So now, for the big question, what's the deal? Let's break down the price, the bonuses, and the guarantee. Okay, so the pricing works on a tier system. Basically, the more you buy, the more you save. If you just want to try one bottle, it's $69 plus shipping. If you jump up to a 3-bottle supply, that price drops to $59 a bottle. But the biggest savings is the 6-bottle pack. That brings it all the way down to $39 a bottle, and they throw in free US shipping. And there's a little extra incentive. If you grab either the 3 or 6-bottle package, the website says you'll also get 3 digital bonuses for free. These are guidebooks called Anti-Aging Superfoods, Cheat Your Way Slim, and Powerful Detox Smoothies. So what's with this big number? 180? Well, that's the number of days for their money-back guarantee. The website promises a full refund anytime within those 6 months if you're not happy with it.
All right, to wrap things up, let's hit on a couple of the super practical questions that get answered right there in their FAQ section. Okay, two really important questions. First, how do you actually take it? Simple. They say to mix 1 scoop with water or whatever you're drinking once a day in the morning. And second, how does that guarantee really work? The site says all you have to do is contact their customer service inside that 180-day window and you'll get a full refund, even if you've used all the bottle. So our goal here was just to lay out all the information exactly as it's presented on the product's website. And that leaves us with a final thought, not just about this product, but really about any supplement. When you're looking at something like this, what's the most important piece of the puzzle for you? Is it the science they present, the specific ingredients in the formula, or is it that safety net of a satisfaction guarantee?